Hi folks, today I have a lot of Sony news about new cameras and lenses, but before that a quick complaint to Sony managers that are following me. You have the bad habit to make announcements while I'm on holiday, so this messes up my plans. It happens nearly every year, so tomorrow Sony will have an official lens announcement and I'm here in Umbria, 1.5 hours from Rome, a very quiet place. I'm here with family and friends. But tomorrow Sony will have the announcement, so I will have to take off some time from my holiday to follow the announcement. There is no official teaser yet from Sony, but we are getting the new 50 to 150 2.0 GM lens tomorrow at around 3 p.m. London time. When I say tomorrow, today is April 22, so tomorrow is April 23. And there's a lot of news now regarding Sony because there are also some official camera registration we have to talk about. And so this will be quite some interesting video about the next Sony plans. But before that, a usual reminder, first of all, to like this video to help in the YouTube algorithm, and also subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the exclusive news and rumors. So I have here on my phone all the notes about the news I want to talk today, mostly Sony, some also Fuji, because Fujifilm officially released a teaser for the half-frame camera. I already leaked the images and specs, so we know what's coming. And so the important news is that tomorrow, even if it's not 100% confirmed by any teaser from Sony, tomorrow we should get the new 50-150 2.0 GM lens. Only Sony China released a teaser for an official celebration for the 15-year anniversary, and it will happen on April 25. So I guess they will also show the new lens on that day. I didn't get yet any info from about possible other products coming on that day, so for now I expect only this lens, but maybe there is some kind of surprise. I would be happy to be surprised with the Sony A75, which is unlikely to happen because I heard there are some delays, and so but we will talk about cameras later because there are some news about two Sony cameras. Okay, so that's very important. About the lens, I already told you that the specs in my previous video. One of the sources tested the lens and said it's actually a stunning lens. It really replaced some prime lenses and the image quality is really great. I'm getting over the specs if you missed the previous video. The weight is 1,340 grams. The length is 200 millimeter, which is the same length of the 70-200 millimeter 2.8 GM2. So this lens will have the same length but be a tiny bit wider and be 300 grams heavier. And it's wide, of course. The shipment start is in early June. The price in euro is 4,400 euro. Don't know the price in US dollars. And I really wonder if when Sony will announce this lens, they will also integrate the 10% tariff that you pay on Japanese manufacturer's product, because GM lenses like this usually are manufactured in Japan, and currently there is a 10% tariff rate on that. So we don't know what the pricing will be. Announcement should happen tomorrow. There is no official Sony teaser saying there is a product announcement tomorrow, but yeah, the 1-2 sources I heard say it like it was actually planned for tomorrow, so let's hope that this is going to happen. And now let's talk about the two cameras I have to talk about, because back in December 4th, Sony did register a new camera with the code that I'm going to read now from my phone, WW773396. They registered it in China. Usually takes up to 3, max 4 months until the camera gets announced, which means by early April at max this camera should have been announced. And this camera is also has dual Wi-Fi and also is manufactured in Japan. That's all we learned from the registration. And I always thought that this is the Sony A75 because the original plan was to announce it in Q1 of this year. But then it got delayed because of multiple reasons, including the problem with the Sony A12 production. The Sony A12 still is not in stock and will not be in stock for a very long time. So I think that if you order now, you get it best case in 3 months. So until Sony doesn't resolve that production bottleneck, it's completely pointless to launch a new camera and just making things worse. So But yesterday Sony did register another camera with the code WW934774, and this camera is produced in China, Shanghai, and usually that's where Sony does produce, for example, Cine and FX cameras. So we now have 2 cameras officially registered. One is definitely an alpha camera, which I think is a Sony A75, and this new FX or Cine camera that is likely to be coming very soon. But again, I don't think this camera will be available in the US because it's produced in China. So probably at the very start it will only be available for all the rest of the world, and then after there is hopefully some kind of sensible agreement, then they will also announce the US pricing of this camera. What about the camera? What is this camera? I heard about 2 options. One is a new FX compact camera, which is not the direct FX3 successor. So something very unique. It would be something we haven't seen before. I heard about this model, but I also got some rumors from the NAB show about another more professional camera that is going to compete more directly against the Canon C400. I don't have a name of this camera, but should be something like an Italian name like Venice and Burano. That's the news that I wanted to share regarding Sony. I also got info about another lens from Sony that could be announced probably in June. Somebody even sent me an alleged leaked image of the lens, but I'm not really convinced. It's from a news source. I'm going to share this news next week. I'm going to show you the image, and then you can decide if this is really a new lens or not. But keep in mind, in that case, I will warn you then when I publish the video. This is not coming from news sources, but it shows apparently a new lens, and definitely a more affordable lens than the 5150 2.0 GM that we're getting tomorrow. By the way, let me know in the comment system if you will eventually buy this 5150mm GM. If you're in the market for this, it will be a super expensive lens, but also very unique lens. And now let's end with a note about Fujifilm. There are 2 news. First of all, we have the official teaser about the new half-frame camera from Fujifilm, and you can see it here. All the specs about this camera are unknown. It uses a 1-inch sensor placed vertically. It has a 2.4 fixed lens. The name is X-Half, and it's manufactured in China. That's an important note again, because it means that probably won't be available for pre-order on the US market. So keep in mind that it may take some time before this X-Half camera will be available for US followers and US Fujifilm lovers. Last note for Fujifilm followers: if you now wanted to pre-order the GFX 100 RF, the Black XM5 and the X106, and you live in the US, the pre-order options are gone officially from the BH Photo website and from all other US store websites. Fujifilm is no more selling those cameras that are being manufactured in China. It's pointless for them to import a new stock of camera that then gets a 145% tariff rate. It's economically not feasible, so they are waiting out to see if this tariff war will find an end somehow, so that Fujifilm and other manufacturers can sell cameras in the US again. So that's about it. Tomorrow I will take 1 hour in the afternoon European time to follow the announcement of the new Sony 5150 2.0 GM. I ask you to follow sonyalpha.com, where I have a live blogging for that 1 hour, where I will put all the reviews online, all the YouTube videos, first impressions, and of course all the pre-order links that will go live for the European the same moment of the announcement. US pre-orders will happen 24 hours later, because Sony US has that very stupid policy to offer pre-orders the day after the announcement, so that they can not make pre-orders on the day of the announcement, which sounds very smart. So I hope, because I know they are following me, I hope you really change your mind on that, because you're wasting some possible pre-order option, and you don't give us Sony alpha aficionados from the US the option to pre-order the camera ahead before others do pre-order, because maybe the day after you forget, or would be nice to offer the pre-order option the same moment you offer it for the rest of the world. So follow sonyalpha.com for the live blogging. Maybe I will do also a short video on this channel just to give you my impression about this lens. If I see there are some interesting tidbits, also use the pre-order links on sonyalpha.com or in the description box below this video to pre-order the lens. Those are affiliated links, which means that I earn a small commission. You don't pay a cent more. That's a nice way to support my work. So and also then I can explain my wife why it's important for me to even take some time off in the holiday to make this video. So if you make a couple of pre-orders and say, okay, we can at least partially finance our holiday here in this nice place in Umbria. And as soon as I can, I will share more details about the second Sony lens that could be announced. I will show you probably next week the image of the lens. Then of course there's the Hasselblad X2D announcement, there's the Lumix announcement May 13. Hopefully I will get some images and specs about this one too. Fujifilm announcement also coming very soon. While Canon announcement like the R6 Mark III has been delayed, so I don't know, at the moment it's really a bad time to be reliable on the release dates because of the tariff war, and so keep in mind that things keep changing very fast. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any update about any of the announcements, okay? See you soon, folks.